Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
Hello, Outriders, and welcome to episode 156 of the Legion Outriders podcast. I'm Outrider Matt.
And Outrider Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Yep.
It's just us today.
It is.
And we don't do the twosome very much. We're usually up for a threesome, but it's that could have been worded better, I guess.
Well, I mean, we have all of our Ewok friends edit in Ewok noises here.
Okay. I heard. I thought the bushes were starting to speak yub, but no, it's good to see you, man. I know it's been a hot minute since we recorded the last episode, but we're
speaking of hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're literally in the one. I think we maxed out at 117.
Oh my!
Over the weekend here, yeah. Ooh, it is a scorcher out here.
I know I've only been away for like 3 months at this point, but that still sounds like insane to me already.
It is, yes. So all you Northeasterners that complain about your snow, how about come out here for summer?
Well, we've got air conditioning,
yeah,
so that's pretty nice. Yeah, we're dipping into. I think we got up to 105 was our high here, the old Inland Empire, but definitely Vegas light. But anyways, yeah, we've got some Legion stuff to talk about today. The Ewoks are out; they're on the loose. We've got some Tempest Force sightings. With not everything that maybe we thought would be there, but that's fine. We'll discuss that.
Yeah.
But before we get started on all that, we'd like to take a second to thank our patrons that make recording and publishing the show possible. Specifically, we'd like to thank Ali Kai. Ali Kai boasts the ability to list every state capital in alphabetical order and also in order of GDP. Pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm just reminded of the old Animaniacs song.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, he wrote that. Anyway. Ali Kai is also credited as the trainer and stunt coordinator for the Stuart Little movies. So that's pretty neat. Yeah.
So he wore the mocap suit for
No, he trained Stuart Little.
Yeah, Stuart Little.
That's a person. A little mouse man, anyways.
Yeah, and he got dubbed over by Michael J. Fox.
Oh, my goodness. Just happened to sound like Michael J. Fox, anyways. Don't ruin my immersion. Anyways, really, Ali Kai, really a fascinating individual everybody should get to know. And if you're enjoying the show and would like to support us, head on over to patreon.com/Legion Outriders. On today's show, not a whole lot of news other than what was kind of mentioned there. It's been a little news light.
Yeah, well, AMG's kind of, focused on the new hotness right now at the moment, but we'll get into that in a later episode of Chatterpoint.
On another episode, yes. Yeah, on a different show that we do. But speaking of AMG, we got to recently. Well, do we want to talk about this now, or?
No, I mean,
where's my notes?
Yeah,
I thought I had my notes brought up.
I write these notes just for you not to read them.
Yeah, you did. So I wouldn't. There it is. Okay, hold on. Let me put them over here so I can. Let's just go ahead and start with the news. How about that?
So Star Wars news.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Star Wars.
There is no news. Okay, cool.
Well, on the media side of things, it's kind of ground to a halt because the writer's strike has now evolved into an actor's strike as well.
Hey.
So, yes. Well, I mean, a lot of people are saying, it's those $1 million actors. Not every actor makes $1 million. So there are a few people who have legitimate claims here in this one. And it's actually
for sure
a higher percentage than you'd think. But anyway, this is not a Hollywood politics podcast. We should start a Hollywood politics podcast.
Wow. Yeah, then you could just go crazy with all your conspiracy theory rants.
But the Bob Iger had was talking to CNBC about some other things, but he was asked if Disney will be pulling back on Marvel and Star Wars content. Unfortunately, he replied, yes. The quote was, yes, you pull back not just to focus, but it's also part of our cost containment initiative. I like the wording on that, cost containment.
He's a very well-spoken individual. I like Bob.
So they're working on spending less on what we make and making less. So that sounds like it's going to be Disney across the board, as they're just going to be pulling back to
Yeah,
focused on what
they're
they
trying to stabilize the ship right now, I think.
Yeah, well, they
but-
are actually obligated to buy the last third of Hulu from Comcast at the moment, and they're kind of scrounging for money on that. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I didn't realize they were still making payments on that.
they are,
Three easy payments. So.
But in other types of media news, a new book is coming out tomorrow. Inquisitor Rides of the Red Blade, and I'm actually looking
You
forward
mean
to this one.
today, Dan? This is
as of
magic.
recording tomorrow, but
Ooh,
yes,
yeah.
by the time you're listening to this, it is either releasing or already out. But some previews I've listened to on this, a couple of YouTubers I follow have already gotten previews of it, and I haven't had any spoilers yet, but they do explain the selection process of how Inquisitors were chosen to be Inquisitors. So I'm actually interested to see how they crack
That is
lore
interesting.
open. Yeah,
I was kind of curious about that too, because some people are getting purged, some people are getting brought over to the dark side. So what's the criteria? Is there a checkbox? Dan, I know that you're trying to make yourself the most attractive candidate you can to be recruited by the Inquisitorial team.
Yeah. So it's the being okay with the dark side and not wanting to end up on the business end of a lightsaber, probably.
Oh, that kind of deal. Okay.
Right. But I already had it previewed on Audible for a while, so I'm just waiting for that to unlock so I can start that.
Nice. Well, very cool. You have to let me know how that goes.
Yeah. Get a few events coming up too.
Yes, there are some events. Speaking of which, I just submitted my list for Lone Star Open. That's going to be happening this weekend.
When's the list due date on that?
That's an excellent question that I have an answer for, because Zane, Mr. Hot and Tasty, Hot and Frosty, he's always going to be hot and tasty for me. He sent that out today. I was like, oh yeah, we should probably blast that as well.
See,
if you're going to LSO and you haven't submitted a list, submit the list now. He needs time to preview the list and make sure everything's legal there.
Yeah, because the event is the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd. So as of recording, literally right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm landing Friday and then I'm gaming Saturday and Sunday. So
yes, that old
really looking forward. I have not done any Legion in, I don't know, recent memory. So.
Cold turkey, going right in.
Seriously, nice. I'm mostly going to just play games. If I go 0-6, I am absolutely okay with that, because I'm just going to be excited to be hanging out with my peeps and playing games again.
Nice.
We're slowly putting a community together here, but they're doing like some like campaign and it's all skirmish, and I'm like, let's let them season a little bit longer and we'll get some games in there. But okay. And they always seem to be doing it on Saturdays, which is my day to do other things with Holly. But anyways, here nor there. But yeah, so if you're going to LSO, make sure to get that in there. Get on the Game Ump link. Make sure you're registered in there. I saw there's still like 30 some odd people that haven't, there's 80 plus people registered for the event, and only like 50 or so have checked in. Well, at least on Game Ump link. So now I'm done. You can't yell at me, Zane. Not for this anyways. But he also wanted me to mention that for anybody that's going there on Friday night after setup, there is a plan for a community to go out to Hard 8 Barbecue, which apparently is a stonking good barbecue joint out there. And which is funny, because I was actually going out there to meet a friend of mine, and he was taking me to Hard 8. So I was like, that's perfect. Well, I'll just go and get barbecue and be fat. It'll be great.
Nice. Yes, I had a coworker that was sent out to the Rolex Service Center in Dallas, and literally the entire shop asked him to bring back barbecue sauce, not actual, stuff that wouldn't survive on a plane, and he did not. So I'm very disappointed at that. So hearing that you're going to be enjoying some Texas barbecue.
Yeah, I'm not getting you barbecue sauce either.
You saw where I was going with this.
If the opportunity presents itself. How about that? Do you like spicy or sweet?
I'm not usually a fan of sweet things, but on barbecue sauce, I do lean the sweet.
Yeah, it's tasty. But anyways, okay, so I will definitely be reporting back after the event, and I'm sure we'll probably get Zane on to talk about from the perspective of running it too.
Yes, we need to. While you're out there, ask him, or I'm sure he's listening now. Zane, you're obligated next episode.
Yep. Thanks, bud. Good talk. That's the kind of relationship we have.
But of course, not long after that is, LVO in 186 days.
Just had to slide that on in there, huh?
Yeah. Well, I was on the FLG website because I was actually picking up a new 3x3 mat that I I could use with Shatterpoint. But I popped
Handy.
over to the LVO page and I noticed that doubles and unconventional still have tickets available. So if
Okay.
you are interested in going to LVO, and although the main event is out and you still want to go, honestly,
There's
pick up
still
one of
a
those other.
standby list. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a standby list. There's always availability because obviously with the big with travel, a lot of people drop. So yeah, there's always has been availability for standby people just to join the event. So pick up one of those tickets so that you can get into the event, and then you're pretty much set to get into it. So. But also speaking of Shatterpoint, the after hours event at LVO still has tickets available too. So
Nice. Yeah, I need to see. Got to talk to old Bear Chemist, see if we need to register for that, or if we can just kind of like, hey, can staff participate?
No, it's hey.
hey.
If you are, of course, purchasing anything for LVO or off Frontline Gaming, we do recommend that you use the Yavin Base affiliate link, because definitely supporting Endless. Because
yes,
you mentioned he's going to be streaming at LSO, right?
Yeah, I saw on the list that he will be there, so I'm very excited to touch base with our buddy over there.
Yeah, so look forward to seeing you, Dave, especially when you come out to LVO. So anyway, Oh man. Ewoks. You got some Ewoks.
Yes. So very unexpectedly, we apparently we are on the good boy list for AMG because yes, the toddle along now. They sent us some of the new Ewok wave, and I got to do kind of like I did with the Shatterpoint stuff, just do an impromptu. I was literally streaming, and Holly walked in with a box. They're like, hey, this is from Atomic Mass Games. I was like, you were good to bring this to me right now. So
for those of our patrons on the video cast here, are those on the table sitting behind you?
Yes, they are right there. They're waiting to be boxed up and shipped out to you, actually. But yeah, so we got, oh, by the way, the video of the unboxing, while it's kind of meandering, it is up on the YouTube. And
it's on your Twitch too, but that's not going to last forever.
Yeah, that goes away after a little while. So this is up on YouTube if you want to check it out. But yeah, we got a box of the Ewok Warriors, the Low Gray Wicket, and the ATST. So we got to do the little unboxing there. It was very cool. I love all the glee of opening new things for the first time to look at them, and then I get to pack them back up and send them to Dan or Jeff because I'm not going to use them. Hey, I got the Shatterpoint box, so I can't really complain. Not at all. But they're neat kits. Yeah, it's all on sprue, so hard plastic confirmed. I think I was one of the first ones to scoop that because Dirty Diff was watching my stream when it happened, and he was like, open the ATST. So I was like, yeah, he's like, okay. Then I guess he jumped over to the Legion Discord to spill the beans, but there we go. That's how the news cycle works around here. But thank you very much to Atomic Mass Games. Speaking of, we've been putting links in the show notes for all of this stuff. And basically why we're still on the good boy list is because there's a little metric they use. So if you guys see those little links in the show notes, give it a click real quick. It just shows that we're getting the word out, on their behalf. And and hopefully they'll send us more stuff.
Yeah,
who doesn't like free stuff and talking about it?
It's one of those shortened links, and I've mainly been linking it on the show notes for the Shatterpoint stuff because it does link directly to the Shatterpoint main page. But we did ask AMG if there's any different link we should use for Legion. They said no, continue use the Shatterpoint one. So if you are here for Legion content and you're noticing links directing you to Shatterpoint, don't freak out.
It's okay. It's okay. They said that they'll be looking into doing Legion specific ones here soon. But like you said, they're frying other fish right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the Ewoks are cool. We finally, do we want to say anything else? I think we've talked Ewoks to death. Yeah,
and I mean, especially during that, because I was in chat. I still kicking myself. I should have hopped on stream.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, that's part of the downfalls of the impromptu stuff is everything goes wrong.
Yeah, no, you were messaging as I was driving home from work, and I'm like, crap. Get home so I can start setting the stuff up on socials.
I promise next time that happens, Dan, I will wait for you.
Okay.
That or you can slap me next time you see me or something.
Who knows when it's going to show up? Apparently, because
well, I wasn't expecting this. So
it's a surprise to be sure, but a pleasant one.
Indeed. But a surprise, but an unwelcome one, maybe.
No, well, it's not unwelcome. We were looking for this information. I just personally believe that there's a typo, a very large typo in this information.
Visibly shaking. He was so distraught, upset, vibrating at a very high frequency with his rage.
Yes.
Maybe I'm overselling it a bit, but
the rage for the third Empire Battleforce, which I have to admit, Empire is getting a little too many battle forces. Let's get some battle forces for the other factions out here.
Nah, screw those guys. Anyways,
come on, Republican droids need some more battle forces.
Oh, I'm sure they're just less interesting. But I'm kidding. Hey, this is an iconic thing that we know has been coming for a while with the Ewok release. So it makes sense. The battle forces with the waves,
Yeah, this battle force was literally announced when Ewoks were originally announced back at Mini Extravaganza
1 million years ago.
Yeah. It's been literally over a year since.
So, I mean, that was before even AMG took the reins, right? Like,
no, the Mini Extravaganza started with AMG.
Okay.
They were with Fantasy Flight. It was the.
But I'm sure it was already in the pipeline.
I'm sure. Yeah, it was already developed and whatnot since.
Yeah. So now we've had enough time that we should probably see more of their cadence on what's going to be coming down. So I wouldn't be shocked if that we start seeing a little bit more spread there.
Yeah.
But Tempest Force. This is well, Dan, tell us all about Tempest Force. What is it?
Well, Tempest Force canonically is the Imperial garrison that was at the shield bunker. The entire legion of my best troops.
They didn't train against teddy bears, though.
No.
Cannibalistic teddy bears.
But yeah, so it was at the Battle of Endor. It's very ATST focused, which is very nice. At least, and that was the question: is how are they going to contrast this with Blizzard Force? And I think they did a very good job contrasting it.
Honestly, I think you're right on that as well. Because what do you think about when you think about Endor forces? The scout troopers,
ATSTs,
and speeder bikes.
Yeah.
So
and we're all here in droves. So
fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look then. We got some special rules because Battle Force things happen. Mm-hmm. What can you sum up for us on that one, Dan?
Like we just mentioned, it's very, very vehicle focused. So, I mean,
so vehicles in the Army gain Scout 2. Let's just start with that one.
Yes, drive my ATSTs closer. I want to hit them.
We hit them with my Wookiee. Oh wait, yes, wrong side. I mean, speeder bikes don't need this, honestly, because they move so dang fast anyway. But you could be moving faster.
Yes. So, I mean, Scout 2.
No, I think this is mostly for ATSTs to push them forward.
Yes. And combine that with the rollout battlefield card, where you can start outside the deployment zone and then Scout 2 from there with the size of that ATST base. I mean, you're literally in the middle of the board.
Yeah, you're going to start meleeing round one.
Yeah, you're within range 3 or 4 of your opponent's deployment zone immediately. One interesting downside, units that are not in command range of a friendly commander unit and do not have a comms upgrade equipped remove 1 less suppression during the remove token step. So interesting, a little bit of suppression keeping. I guess we'll chalk this up to the Ewok hunt battle mode of Battlefront with the stormtroopers.
Oh god.
Did I just trigger some
trees?
Some flashbacks there?
That was an intense mode. I haven't played in a while, but man. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. I guess it's to simulate how they got overwhelmed, you know, people coming out of the bushes and the trees.
And Han Solo putting on a ATST driver's helmet, doing his extreme close-up with the microphone over his mouth, saying, yes, we've driven them back, so you might as well open up so we can go inside.
Obviously, he'd been working on his spiel since the whole Death Star thing in the first movie. So send out your troops. We're all fine here. Thanks.
We're fine here. How are you? It's like poetry. It rhymes.
No. It's like disappointment. It has a bitter taste.
Oh, and one more interesting upside. During setup at the start of the deploy unit step, you can set aside one friendly, special forces, or support unit, marking them with a condition token.
Mm-hmm.
When you draw the order token and rank with matches, the friendly set aside. If you can't choose someone on the battlefield with matching rank, you must place a set aside unit beyond range 2 of all enemy units. You get one additional free rapid reinforcements of a special forces or support. And it's a little spoiler alert, that's either a scout trooper unit or a speeder bike unit.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty good considering scouts within range, beyond range 2, so they can move up and blat with all the black dice, or get some speeder bikes in a definitely interesting flanking position.
Oh, 100% speeder bikes is where I'd go with that. That actually sounds.
I mean, there's some cases for a scout saboteur unit that could really mess with you
That's
on your
fair,
flank.
but you're wrong. Okay. I want speeder bikes swooping down the field, just coming in.
Where I think things are wrong, though.
Okay.
The allowed units list.
Seems good to me. No problems here. Okay, let's go on to rank requirements now. All right, Dan, let's do
I believe
this.
there is a big typo here.
Yeah.
Because in Commanders, it's just the Imperial Officer.
No, it's obviously the typo is Major Marquand, because that can't be a name.
We will get to Lord Farquaad. My new favorite name for him. That's going
Some
around.
of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Special Forces, Scout Troopers, no strike teams. Another interesting missing typo here. Chorus, Stormtroopers.
There's so many trees. Snipers, where are you going to shoot? There's trees everywhere.
Support is speeder bikes. Heavy is the ATST and Major Marquand, Farquaad. Unique upgrades, none. So, yeah. Where is Iden?
On the other side of the planet? Not participating in this particular fight? I'm
going to choose to believe that AMG submitted this list with Iden in it, and the Lucasfilm, I forget which group works with them.
Gestapo.
Yeah, well. The licensee relations or whatever said, oh, no, wait. No, they weren't in the movie, therefore they can't be in this list. No. And I'm going to choose to believe that Lucasfilm told them they couldn't have Iden.
All right. Whatever helps you sleep.
I'm going to blame AMG on this one. I am disappointed. I am not happy.
All right, starting to vibrate again, guys.
But
is that vein sticking out? Oh my God, there's like 3 veins sticking out. Holy crap!
If you'd like to see the video of veins sticking out of my forehead, please join our Patreon.
Woosa.
So yes, at the time of release, I did post some very inflammatory gifs of how disappointed I was.
You did.
I just want my boo Iden to be in a Battle Force so I can have Battle Forcey fun.
You know which Battle Force she's in? Empire. That's how she rolls.
Yeah.
Daughter of the Empire right there. Until she's not, because she betrays them all and then goes over to the rebels like the hero she is.
So unlike that sergeant, I was expecting Special Forces. Unfortunately, they did not come in. Yeah. So rank requirements. Commander must include 1 to 2 commander units, but there's a way around that with field commander, because this actually is I think one of the first battle forces that allows field commander.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? I don't play the other ones.
Special forces. Each army must include 2 to 6 special forces units. This is the you must buy more scout boxes battle force.
All right. Anything else?
Well, interesting thing on this to sidebar, because no strike teams are allowed, and because you get the extra minis in the box for a strike team and a full unit, buying 4 boxes will net you 5 units. If you want the 6, you still need 1 more box, but without using the heavy models. You can buy 4 boxes of scouts to get 5 squads, which would have been great if that 6 squad could have been Inferno squad, but anyway.
Yeah, they don't exist. They're deep undercover. So you can use the scouts with the long rifles.
Yes. So
you can use them all.
Yeah, no. So in a box of scouts, I don't know if you're talking about the point I made earlier or not. Is that what you're relating to?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get 5 non-heavy scout models in a box.
Yeah.
So 4 of those boxes will net you 5 4-man squads.
You can use the heavy.
Non-heavies. Yeah, and then you can use the heavy in addition to that.
I see where you're going with that. Okay.
Yeah.
You can use every model in there. It doesn't just because there's a sniper guy on the stand doesn't mean it's all about the upgrade cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Cool.
can
I just want to make sure that we were communicating that point.
Yeah, 4-man squads naked, 4-man squads with sniper, 4-man squads with saboteur. You can run them either way on that. So
do it all.
Yeah. Where was that? Core 1 to 3. So you can just throw one little token group of stormtroopers in there and flood the board with scouts if you want.
Yeah. Do it.
With that scout 3 that they have, they're already moving up. And
just because that one guy got boloed around the neck.
You mean Wicked? Because he boloed his own face?
Oh. Forgot about that. Thank you.
Hey, I saw Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary in theaters. So
yes, you did.
It's still fresh in the mind here.
So, okay. Some Sturmy troopers, bunch of scout troopers.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Up to 3 support units.
Yeah.
So 3 speeder bikes. So not the 4 speeder bikes of Blizzard Force, which I think was an intentional
It's nice of them to share.
Yeah. But here's where it gets heavy.
Delicious.
This is heavy.
Read it slow.
Each army may include up to 3 heavy units.
It's the unconventional warfare faction.
Yes.
Battle group. Oh my goodness.
Triple ATSD in a battle force.
Oh, that's hot.
It is tournament legal. Ooh, yeah. Good thing you can throw those pretty cheap, tons of those pretty cheap scout trooper squads in because you're going to need the points elsewhere. So.
As somebody who started my career kind of as a Empire double ATST player, the triple ATST is looking pretty hot and tempting right now, I gotta say.
Because especially there is a new ATST card we can use. So that is our good friend Major Marquand, or Lord Farquaad, as I like to call him. He is Tempest Scout 2. Who's Tempest Scout 1? I personally choose to believe it's Iden, but anyway.
You can believe whatever you want, man.
190 points, standard ATST stat line, armor, arsenal 2, weak point rear 1. He, like the Chewbacca card, has all the upgrades built in, so no separate upgrades.
Unlike or like?
Like Chewbacca.